Hello everyone, this is Coach Wampamba David on the Able State channel. In this episode, I'll show you how to work with command line arguments in Node.js. If you didn't watch the introduction episode, I'll leave the link in the description below. What are command line arguments? Command line arguments are the different options we supply to a command line program. In our case, the command line program is the Node.js script that we shall create. We provide arguments to Node in two different ways. The first one is by providing a series of values, each value separated by a space. The second one is by providing a series of values in the form of key value pairs. Each value is separated from the key by an assignment operator. Let's see how it's done practically. Here I have a file I created and I've called the file arguments. We shall open the file and add some code to test whether Node works. Does Node work? I'll save this and I'll run my Node arguments program. Node works. The way we supply arguments to this program is by writing Node, then the program name, put a space, put argument 1, put a space, put argument 2, put a space and put argument 3, just like that. If we write this, at the moment we cannot see anything because it's valid, but the program is not doing anything with it. So Node comes with an object called process. Process has a key called argv. Let's console this process and we see what it has. Console.log argv, like that. We want to see whether arguments work. Here are the arguments. I'll explain why they are like this. First of all, the process object exposes a property called argv. The argv is an array. It has values in it at every index. At the first position, there is a path to the Node program. In my computer, this is where Node is installed at usr local bin node. That's where it's installed. Then at index 1 or position 1 of the array, there is a path to your file. So this is the absolute path to my file called arguments.js. After index 0 and index 1, the rest of the arguments are the ones you've supplied, like you see here. We can now manipulate arg.v to pick out the items we want. For example, we can pick out item 3 by using the array notation to see if it will come out, and I will enter. So we expect that this will be at 0, this at 1, this at 2, this at 3, and this at 4. Let's see. And here, so this is the position that we've supplied here, position 3, if you know how to access values from the array using positions. So let's try to do something. I'll create a file called shop. We are going to try to do something that is more relatable. So in this file, I'll assume that we want to shop some items, and so that we can use realistic examples. So if you've not provided items, so I'll say if this is less than or equal to 2, then in console log, you did not provide a shopping list. So let's test this out. Node shop, I won't provide anything, and the condition has passed. You did not provide a shopping list. Why? Because the process.argv knows that it has only 2 items. So this condition is met. We can actually come here and output those arguments. We can say console.log process.that, or we can even decide to output them in form of strings, but at the moment we shall go with this. So you see that it knows that it has the, at index 0, there is a value, at index 1 there's a value, so those items are either the array length is at this moment 2 or less, else we are going to just loop, and we can now say const items equals to, we can slice, we are saying that provide items in this array starting from index 2. What this means is that pick items from index 2 of the array onwards, okay, and store it in the items variable. So we can now say items dot for each and loop, so for each item. Then what can we do? We can output each item. You want to buy, here we shall output the shopping list is, yeah, that's okay. Let me just put here a let item number equals to 1. Then here I'll output the item number and the item. Then I will increment the item number. Then I'll close the for each, and I think this is what I need. Oh, I think I need a new line here so that these things appear on different lines. So I'll run this program shop, and this time I'll provide the items. So I'll provide shoes, I'll provide apples, and what else do I need to buy? Microphone, camera, and enter. This is it. So we have our items. Actually, I didn't even need to. That's it. The shopping list is 1 shoes, 2 apples, 3 microphone, 4 camera. So that is one way of providing command line arguments to Node. This can be vital, especially if you are running schedulers or automatic scripts that be on the server and run at a particular time in a day. So every time it runs, you may want to provide a certain argument so that Node does something. For example, if you want to send an email message to a certain user or to a group of users, you can provide the email address as an argument, and then Node will send a message to the people. Let's take a look at the second method of providing command line arguments to Node. This method involves using key value pairs. Are you excited? So let's assume that we are building a profile for a certain user. We want to supply the name, the location, the gender, just those 3 things. So let's see how we shall do them. I'll create a JavaScript file called profile, and I'll open it. I want to run it like this: profile name, then I supply the name like Pamba David, then space address, space gender, male. I think that's enough. So, and we are going to go to the shop and pick some code. Profile information is required. Okay, so something like that. Else we can say const profile equals to process dot argv dot slice. So we don't want the first and second index to appear, and then we can output the profile here. If I run this, that's what we get. You can see, I want you to notice something here. Actually, I think I should first format this. Will it be formatted? No, I think if I want to format it, let me try to do JSON.stringify. Then I supply now. I assume you know how to use the stringify method. Then I output the profile. So let me see how. Yes, this is what I wanted, something that is more readable. So you can see something here that name equals Wampamba. Then David appears on the second position, not on the 0 position. Why? Because we put a space between Wampamba and David. So if we wanted Wampamba David to be the value of the name key, we would have to do it differently. We would have to come here and then close our value in quotes. So now we have something that is good. It has name, Wampamba David, it has address, it has gender. Now we have another issue. This other issue is that each value in the array is appearing with it double quotes instead of it appearing as if it was a JavaScript object, because they put the args in the array. So that's why JavaScript does it like this. Now, if we wanted to process this, it would take some time. What would happen? We'd do it this way. So profile, and then we know that we have three elements in the profile. So we'd have to just loop over the profile, replace this with a space. So now if we replace this user with a space, now what we remain with, so let's output it here and see what we have. This one I won't call it user, I'll rename this to item, because this is an item on the user's profile, and check. So what, I did not save. So after saving, I'll check, and I have an error. Profile for each is not a function. Why are they saying it's not a function? It's because I supplied a JSON string. So this is a string now. Now I need to remove it out of the string and leave it as an array. Then I'll also comment this out. Now let's try it again. So you see, now we've been able to replace the double quotes and output these things as strings, which is a little bit okay, but there's a better way to do it. Because right now, if I wanted to output the name only, it would be hard, it would be really hard, unless I do a split or a splice. So unless I'll do item dot split where they are equals, and so if I split, I need to assign these to something. So I'll call it array equals, because whenever I split a string, the result we get is an array. So, and that result, the key is going to be in the index is 0. Now I can call it key. Then I can check if key equals to name, then console the value, and this time the value is in item split by this, and then index 1. I think it's better for me to change this and make it look a little bit more cleaner. So what I may do is const, then I can use the structure method and say key value. Really, like that? No, I think this key value equals to split the item equals to that. So this means that I'll comment this out, and then I can say if key equals to name, then output the value like that. And now I have to terminate. Okay, let's see. Yes, they have output the value. I need to first of all comment this out so that things are don't end up confusing. Yes, they have output the value of name, but you can see the strain we are going through. We can do better. Node supports modules or packages. We shall see details about that in the future. The package we are going to use is called Minimist. So how do we install it? We use Node Package Manager and write install Minimist. This is the package. Like I said, don't freak out. We shall look at this in details in the future, how to use npm. We shall look at it in the future. So we've installed it. You see, after installing it, it has added some files here, but don't you worry. On this directory, we shall look at all of these. Before, let me make some commit so that we have another commit for the package. So I'll say git add everything, git commit, and the message is, I'll say before, minimist package. That's it. And now I can check the status, and they're telling me all is well. So git, I can now push git push to push branch 2, push session 2 to my remote repository. Wonderful. So now I'll create a file, and this time I'll say country.js, and then I want, when I run the country, I want to provide the capital city, population, and then I would expect Node to handle it using the minimist package. So what we are going to do is open the country. I'll close these ones, and the first thing we have to do is to require a certain package. And how are we going to do that? Whatever is going to be an argument, we are going to accept it at this moment. So we shall. So this is how we are going to use the package. We are going to require it like this, and minimist, then pass that. So what it's going to do, it's going to get the args and slice out, like eliminate the first two and then store the rest in args. And then for now we shall console the args just like that. Okay, but we know that the args are in an array, so yeah, it's okay. Let's see. So when we are using minimist, the way we supply the key value pair is a little bit different. So we shall do this. Then we put 2 hyphens or 2 dashes before the key, and we shall say name equals to Uganda space. Then we can put a second one, which is the capital, equals to Kampala. Then second one, population equals maybe 45 or 44 million people, something like that, and enter. That's it. So this thing has helped us big time. You can see that it is, instead of it storing these things into an array, it is storing it into an object. So it's very easy to access the command line args from the object. For example, the first key is an underscore and the value is an empty array. We shall just say console.log args.what.name. That one, we expect this to give us the name of the country. Let's provide it again. Yes, the name of the country is here. Let me remove this to avoid confusion and clear the screen. Yes, so if I wanted the capital, still it would be simple. I'd write args.capital, then console log args.population. And if I run it again, that's it. So we have the population, the name, so you can format it if you want to, like that, name, and then you use the template retailers, capital, city. So bring our string formatters, and then population, so this is it. Let's see. That's it. Congratulations, you've just learned how to work with the command line arguments with Node.js. Don't forget, the syntax is node, then the node script that you've created, and then the arguments. If you want named arguments, don't forget to use the minimist package, which does not come with Node. That's why we had to install it using npm install, then the package name. Thank you very much. See you soon in the next episode.